from now until the 2019 NFL Draft takes place, we hope to showcase as many prospects as possible and examine both their strengths and weaknesses. Most of these profiles will feature individuals that the Pittsburgh Steelers are likely to have an interest in, while a few others will be top-ranked players. If there is a player you would like us to analyze, let us know in the comments below. Jimmy Moreland. Moreland was used primarily as the boundary corner but saw action on both sides of the field, outside and in the slot. He often played in press-man coverage and displays a good jam at the loss, able to redirect WRs and make them work to get into the routes. He shows the ability to flip his hips and run with receivers downfield in good cod to mirror the cuts. When he jams, he must stay square, for when he opens too early to the inside, that gives the WR a chance to open up space. In off-man coverage, he shows a smooth pedal and keeps his eyes in the backfield, but gives up too much space, leaving underneath throws room to be completed. In zone coverage, he shows good route awareness in his zone, whether in cover 3 or in the short area underneath, and understands the route combinations and breaks on the ball well. Pass interference was an issue in the first game one watched versus East Carolina, where, if I counted correctly, he was called for 5 DPI. Long speed could be an issue, seeing WRs run away from him on deeper routes. When called upon to blitz or when jamming a receiver, he doesn't hide his poker hand well. He gets antsy and up on his toes, signaling he is coming. At East Carolina, he's in the right slot and shows a very good jam, staying in front of the WR and forcing him into the throwing lane, leading to an int, and he finishes the play with a pancake block. At East Carolina, lined up wide right, the footwork and hips are good and he's in the hip pocket of the WR, but he can't make a play on the ball. An extra couple inches on his arms could have helped. Versus South Dakota State, split wide left off the ball. Good reaction and downhill acceleration to make the tackle on the WR screen. Versus South Dakota State, split wide left, he gets speed off the loss and recovers nicely to undercut the route and get a hand on the ball that still ends up being a catch. Versus South Dakota State, split wide left, running with a post pattern with Jake Weineke. Versus South Dakota State, split wide right in what looks like quarters coverage. The QB scrambles and throws his way and he high points for the int. Versus NC State wide right, his size may be a factor here against a bigger WR, Kelvin Harmon. When tackling face-to-face, he must improve his technique. I saw him several times duck his head dangerously low, exposing the back of his neck trying to make tackles. At North Dakota State, at the bottom of the screen, you see him start to lean forward on his toes, signaling he's coming. He's able to chase down the runner on the far side, saving a big run. At North Dakota State, he's on the right edge and shows his willingness to get into the mix to stop the run. Moreland plays with good physicality despite his lack of size. He has a nice jam at the loss, is willing to battle the bigger WR and helps out in the running game. But that size will hinder him as well, leading him to grab more to stay with receivers, at least 6 DPI in the games watched, and his forearm length will be a deficiency. But that doesn't mean he doesn't have a place. Just last year, their two players of similar size drafted Dante Jackson and Avonte Maddox. With ball skills like he has, someone will take a chance on him. He'll get a shot at playing in the slot, where you can let him be physical with WRs and help in the run game. Projection: late day 3 games watched, 2017 at East Carolina, versus South Dakota State, at North Dakota State, 2018 NC State. Recommended for you. Please enable JavaScript to view the comments powered by Discuss. Let's block ads. Why?